Yeah. Yeah. I already did.
Me-
You know how Ezra's doing?
Not very good.
He's not doing good.
No.
What's the matter with him?
Huh?
What's the matter with him?
Well, Merit's having a breakdown, so
Her as well?
yeah.
That's difficult.
I don't know.
Is it the same as you, or is it
Well,
more extreme or less extreme?
I don't know. I don't really talk with her much, so. She's also sick, but she's also been sick since a while. I don't know. She says she has long COVID and she has other problems as well, so I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And she just quit her job. I don't know.
Okay. See?
Now you have purpose.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, also for me, right now, I don't know if I'm making this school.
Yeah. I mean,
Huh?
I mean, I kind of expected that, but you know, if you really want it, you'll make it. If you repeat the year, you know.
I know. For me, it's so close now. It's really,
But you know, I can
like, completely on the fence.
tell you
also.
from my experience, Abdi,
Yeah.
it's not good to be in a position where you only just make it maybe, because that just puts you on in so much pressure in your life. You know?
Yeah, that's definitely true. I know if I would fail, then I would do it again, and I would do really good. Or I would do marginally better
Yeah.
if I would retake it.
That's why I told you to wait, and you should I tried to tell you to do some lessons.
Waiting wouldn't have helped me because
It
the
would,
school
because you could
has
have.
already taught me so much, Alex. And if I didn't go to the school, I would have never learned any of this stuff.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
I didn't waste my time. It was
I'm
still
not
used.
saying that. I'm just saying you could have still worked a bit and learnt French while you were working or something, you know, and improved your German a bit.
Yeah. By the end of the day, it's not even French that is the problem. It's actually maths.
Maths. Well, I told you I can help you with maths.
Yeah, I don't know how far you could help me.
I can help you very easily. I used to teach everyone in my school with maths. The teacher, I'm very good at teaching people especially for maths. I used to, in my class, when someone didn't get something, they always used to ask me because they didn't understand how the teacher explained it to them. I could show them in a way that they understood, you know.
Well, if you want, on Sunday we can go over some stuff. I have a physics test on Wednesday, so if you want, we can go over some physics. At the moment we have the.
I don't really know the physics stuff off by heart. I never had much physics, but it's maths anyway. But if you understand the basis, I only had basic physics, but.
No, it's not. It's not that I need help per se.
Yeah, but look, how...
It's just the amount of work that you receive during BM.
It's not the problem, though.
You have to have a time management, or such a good time management to actually fit everything in without some stuff being neglected.
You know, with maths, if you understand the principle, it's very easy. And if you don't, then you just have to you can spend 1,000 hours, or you can spend 1 hour. And if you know how to learn, or you understand certain things, then it takes 1 hour. And if you don't, it'll take 1,000 hours.
That's definitely an aspect.
I used to, when I was in maths class, it would take me 5 minutes to understand the stuff, and then other people would take half a year to understand the same thing. And it's just, Because the more base you have and the more there's a difference, you know. If you learn the formula off by heart but don't understand the formula, you may be able to solve the problem. But if you don't truly understand the formula, then you don't understand really what you're learning. You know what I mean? You can learn if you understand how the formula's built, you can build a formula yourself. You know?
Yeah, but we understand that by now, Alex. The thing with BM is it moves so quickly and it's a lot. It's a bloody lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
like you
I
can,
understand that. But with maths, I don't think, you know, because there's certain topics where you have to learn and you can't get around it. You have to just learn stuff. But maths isn't
should I
one of
just tell
them.
you one of the Aufgaben we had in a test? There was a question with the Baselstadt and Paris, and they have a distance of however many kilometers Basel is from Paris. And the question was, do you, if, you know, other factors didn't exist, such as like buildings or the horizon and all of that stuff, and you could see as long as it's a straight line, is it possible to see the Eiffel Tower from Basel? That's the question. And then you have to basically take the radius of the whole Earth, and you have to do trigonometry, and you have to take these angles, and you have to calculate the arc of the planet, which actually the distance is, and then you have to calculate a straight line, and all of this stuff. You have to do 6-7 calculations. That's the kind of stuff that gets asked in the tests.
That sounds fairly simple to me from a mathematical point of view. It's just complicated with the way they write it.
And then in physics, you have questions like, you have a airship carrier, a United States airship carrier, and you have a fighter jet, an F-18 fighter jet, and it needs a minimum velocity to be able to take off the ship. The ship's strip to take off is so many meters long, and the plane has two jet engines that produce this much thrust, and the ship is also moving at a velocity of like 40 kilometers per hour, and then it's not even enough, because the jet engines aren't even enough to take it off the ship quick enough, because the distance is so short. So there's even a catapult on top of all of this. So you have to calculate the ship moving, the jet engines, you have to change the thrust into how much it's pushing, and that's like exponential. And then you have to do a catapult on top of that just to get it up in the air. And then you have to do the same thing when it's landing, and the catching device. That's the kind of questions they ask in BM. So it's not.
Yeah, but these kind of questions sound complicated. But if you understand how to break them up, then it's not that complicated. That means like, okay, you have 5 separate calculations. You have to take each one separately, calculate, and then you put it all together in the right way, and then it's done. But a lot of people, when they hear questions like that, they don't know how to split it up into all different calculations, and they mix stuff together, and then it gets confusing, right? Because if you look at it simply, like, if you just look at, okay, the catapult, if in your mind you like, okay, this is what I need to calculate and nothing else, you do that, it sounds fairly simple.
Well, you basically calculate the thrust and the speed the plane could take off if it uses the whole distance, and then you have to use the delta of what is missing for the minimum takeoff velocity. So then you have to say the catapult has to at least provide this amount of acceleration for it to get up to the right velocity in time before it hits the water.
But the thing is, when you're using words, it makes everything complicated. There's equations that are pre-made for this stuff. All you need to do is put the numbers in the right place. If you know the equation, then it's very, very simple. You just need to know, okay, here I put this number in this place, here this number here, work out the equation, and that's it, you know. But
I would actually like to see you do it on the weekend, so you can come and show me. But yeah, it's difficult.
I mean,
Anyway.
with physics, it's different anyway because it's application of maths. So you have to have the right formulas, and it does get kind of complicated. But if you know the formulas, like it's not the same as maths because you can't really understand the formulas in physics very easily because they get really complicated sometimes. And the thing is, in the physics, like you obviously don't have the basics in physics. So if you learn
I mean, obviously, that's what we're doing the whole time.
no,
So
because if you learn the basics in physics properly, then this stuff gets really simple. But if you don't, like any equation, when you get into higher maths with physics, if you don't know where all of the symbols come from and what equation makes these symbols in the first place, then you're just doing it by reading the formula and applying it without knowing what's going on. And if you don't know what's going on,
no one gives you symbols. You have to read velocity and just know the symbol and the formula to velocity.
yes, that's what I mean. But if you have velocity, that has its own formula. And the formula for velocity, each symbol in the formula for velocity has also its own formula. And to calculate
Yeah,
that.
they just spin out, yeah.
And if you don't know where everything comes from and why, then it gets complicated because you don't understand when you understand that, it becomes very, very easy. That's the thing. That's it. You just need to understand the basics of the physics, the most simple formulas, and understand them exactly, and then everything else becomes very, very easy. But if you don't understand it, it's very complicated, just like that.
Yeah.
And you haven't had enough physics. You're just new to physics, so it's not going to be like you have enough base understanding.
Physics isn't even the problem, it's maths. Maths is a different subject. Maths is really tight.
Well, for me, I think
obviously-
physics is way harder
French and
than.
German, but that was expected. But then, the way BM is set up, you're allowed to have 2 grades below the average of 4, and that's already French and German for me. So basically, I'm not allowed anything below 4 because French and German is by nature below 4, and that's why maths could ruin me because if I don't get I have one more test to change my grade, and if I don't get that grade that I need, then it will be over. And if I get it, then it won't be over. It's the situation right now.
I don't think you should worry about passing this year, really not. Because even if you do pass, you'll be in an even more difficult situation next year.
Yeah, but it's okay to fail next year because what happens is in BM.
Yeah, I know how it works, but the point
if you've
is.
gone through the whole year, then you're zulässig under Prüfung whenever.
Yeah, but there's a reason why they do that. It's because if you don't pass the first year, it means you're not in a position to pass the BM, It's because they don't want you to waste your time.
Again next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's okay if I
I mean,
would fail next year.
having a
It's okay.
shortcut is not helping you if you still struggle,
Oh.
When I was in school and had like maths or physics or something, I never really learned anything. I never did any homework because I just understood the stuff, and because I was always on top of everything.
Yeah, but Alex, you have to understand that gymnasium is much slower than BM.
It's not Avdi. The maths I did, you don't even look at in BM.
Alex, you were in the first year of gymnasium in the first semester.
Yeah, and you don't know what.
Yeah,
I was in the maths
is
class.
already at that level.
My school is the top gymnasium in Switzerland, and I was in the most difficult class in the school. We did university maths already in the first year of gymnasium. We did a whole because in the way it works in gymnasium, you only have.
Well, have you still got it?
Got what?
The maths. You still got it?
Well, I don't remember the stuff, but I know how to work it out. If I look at something, I won't be very quick, but I understand, where things come from, and I can make it sense in my own head. But I don't know anything off by heart anymore. That not. I mean, trigonometry easy for me, but like stuff like trigonometry or calculating distances, that's easy stuff. But I think physics, like that question with physics, that gets really complicated because it can get confusing. Like you have to really use the right formulas and apply them correctly. That's for me where the maths gets difficult. In the maths, sim is simple because it has no. It's always a straight line in maths. You can't confuse it for something, but in physics it can get. If you can really easily make a miscalculation or use the wrong formula or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, the I also told Michelle, when she was studying, because she stressed the mind out the whole first year and she went crazy. And I told her, look, you know, it's not you're making your life difficult by studying too much, and you're not even being efficient by studying that much. Like sometimes if you're trying to do everything perfect, then you just waste your time doing things that are not important. If you really focus, like, okay, what's important to learn here, especially if if you're struggling with the classes, knowing how to learn efficiently is the most important thing because that's going to help you more than anything. If you really look at, like, know how to make everything as short as possible, okay, what do I need to focus on? What's going to help me the most in the shortest amount of time, and then you do that, and that will make everything easier. That's something you have to learn through many years.
Efficiency only gets you so far. You still have to put in the work.
No, because look, I was saying Michelle, for example, because when in her first year, she was studying until any free time she got, and she was studying like crazy. After the first year, she listened to me, and she didn't even study really anymore, and she got 5.5 in her final exam, because she really just picked out the stuff. Okay, what do I need to know for the exam, and what's going to help me uh, get a good grade on the exam, and everything else doesn't matter. Like she was not even going to classes a lot of the time. And her grade didn't even change. Before she was studying every night, the weekend, and afterwards she didn't even study anymore really. She studied like a week before the exam a little bit, and then she got almost the same grade as before. The school is really about knowing how to learn. If you understand how to learn well, then it gets very easy. That's why I say, like, the teacher can give you information, but if they don't teach you how to understand the information or the processes in your mind, that how you make that step from one thought to another, if they don't help you with that, then you have to figure it out yourself, and that's very difficult, And you didn't really you didn't really learn that in school because you never really went through that. That's why I said to you originally, you should look at the stuff because they only really prepare you for stuff like that if you're in the top class.
Yeah.
They don't even bother to help
No,
you.
it's okay regardless. So whatever happens, I'm not gonna be destroyed over or not gonna give up or this stuff, It's just if I can continue, I'll continue. If I can't, then I'll just try again next year.
Yeah, but it's not about that. In the end, it's about, are you wasting your time or you really want to do it or not? Because if you just say like, oh yeah, I wanna see if I can pass, but I don't really want to do what it takes, or I'm not sure, then it doesn't make sense for you. Because you're just gonna waste a year of your time, and then you're gonna be unhappy during that time.
I'm not unhappy though. That's not the issue of happiness or whatever. Just the issue is the grades just aren't hitting right. You know, they're just not coming back with the right number on it. So that's the only issue. But regardless, it's okay. I mean, I'm pretty much out of money as well, so if I would go back to work, it wouldn't be that bad because then I would actually could build some money again and then just do the same thing next year.
I think if you want my honest opinion, I think you should take a year and you should all the stuff you're behind on the most, you do that while you're working or whatever, and when you
So I
feel
would
like
take the whole balance. I
huh
would just take 8 months and just start next year in the summer. August.
yeah, and
If I
once
don't pass, that's exactly what I'll do. But if I pass, I'll just continue as normal because I actually made it.
yeah, but I mean, even if you pass, you can still take a break.
No, if you
You can
do
just
that, you start from the beginning again, Alex.
yeah. Well, I think, to be honest, you know, maths may be difficult now, but that's something you can fix very quickly. I think French and German is something that's not something like, even if you're struggling with maths, you can just learn a little bit, you'll get better. With German and French, that's something that takes a lot of time, you know? Even if you
Yeah.
pass this year, next year, you know, it's like, maybe you just managed to pass somehow this year. Maybe next year not so lucky, and then the year after also not, you know, and then it's like really just a gamble. It's not even, you know, if you put yourself in a position where you're really a lot more comfortable, then you know, you don't have to stress and study all day every day, and you can just do everything at easy pace.
It's okay, Alex. Anyway, you don't need to worry about it. It's just, I just thought I would tell you.
I'm not worried because I knew that would happen, but I just thought you said you wanted to try, so why not?
Yeah, I tried and good. I mean, I don't mind. The outcome is what it is. It's okay.
Blessed are those who need my guidance.
I mean, half of school is learning how to be good on the exam, like understanding
Yeah.
how you're good on the exam. So one thing that also helps is taking as many past exams as you can, going through them. That's like already helping you more than anything. And the other thing is understanding actually what's going on in class. But if you're struggling, the best thing you can do is just look at all the past exams and that's it. Then that helps you more.
Mhm.
Because even stuff you know, you might fail on the exam because you're not used to the question or you misunderstand the question, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can make up for the stuff you're not good at by being perfect on everything that you are good at.
Anyway, let's go a bit on that topic because I have that every single day. That's all I live for at the moment. But what about you actually? Like, if when you move out in March or whatever, when your apartment's finished, what do you have a plan? Are you coming back to live with us, or what do you think is actually? What do you have on your mind? What are your options in your mind?
Well, I'm hoping I can go in a place like I went before last time.
Like in Basel or what?
Yeah.
I think they'll give that to you.
How they try.
Because they support you with everything, and I just have so many problems in every area of my life, and especially my health. And I just, even at the psychiatry now, they make
Yeah.
mistakes and they forget stuff, and then I'm just the idiot all the time. I'm the one that has the problem afterwards, because in the end they don't care,
Yeah.
And
You think they're gonna help you?
well, they don't. They help you to a certain point, but they don't really help you. You know, it's not like a.
That's also life, right? I mean, to a certain extent, you need to work it out for yourself. Because everyone is living their own lives, and it's kind of, you know, evolution. Only the strongest survive. Kind of.
Well,
It's just the
my
way of
health is
living.
just so bad right now. I can't live a normal life anymore. It doesn't work. I'm not capable of having a normal day because my back is so bad and I'm sick all the time. I can't. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. I see you. I just wonder what's gonna happen, you know, when you don't have a GA anymore, like,
Balance is
and you
not
have no
always fair.
mobility
I am
no more,
my heart is iron.
just stuck in whatever place you just happen to be, like Alton or whatever, you're just stuck in that place. You can't go anywhere else.
I'm not worried about anything like that right now because I have a lot of other things to worry about. I just need to sort things out one by one and then get in as much support as I can.
My heart is iron.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully as well, Ezra's. No, I don't know. Ezra's getting to an age now where he's, you know, he's gonna start being a teenager, and then it might get really difficult again as well with him. You know?
I'm not worried
Oh, they
about that.
try.
I worry more about his mum than him. You know? If anything, she will be the issue, not him.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been saying some weird stuff, so I don't really know.
My heart is
What did she
iron.
say?
She just wants to run away from everything. She's just trying to.
She told you that, or what?
No, she just has some weird ideas. She's like, oh, I'm gonna go on a farm with Ezra and work on a farm. And I'm just thinking, like, you know.
So just like imagination,
Yeah.
just not actually meaning it, just saying like.
She couldn't
Yeah,
even work a day in her life on the farm, you know. And even
Yeah.
if that's just running away from all the problems she has.
But how is
Well, she's talking about taking Ezra out of school and everything. I'm just, I don't know. Just,
No, that is a very bad idea. Definitely not. And I don't even think you are legally allowed to in Switzerland, because in Switzerland you have the right to send your kids
yeah,
to school.
if you homeschool them,
But
then you can.
wait. You have the right to send them to school until the 9th grade, but it also, it being a right also makes it a Pflicht. So it's a Schulpflicht. It's illegal to not go to school.
Yeah, if you're homeschooled, you can do that.
Yeah, I don't know if she can homeschool Ezra. I don't think she can.
Doesn't
Like,
even
how
matter.
can she prove that she can?
It doesn't even matter. It's not happening anyway. I'm just saying she's talking some weird stuff because she's not stable in her mind and she's trying to escape everything.
What is it with Mary? I thought you said like their family is super rich as well. Anyway,
They're not super
like you
rich.
said, they're from.
Her grandma is rich, but she won't get the money really, you know. Her mum will get the money, and the mum doesn't give anything. She doesn't even have contact to her mum anymore, so I don't know.
Okay.
They were supposed to move into her grandma's house, and then her brothers came and were like, no, that belongs to us too, so we want to sell it.
So the grandma's not even dead yet. She's just.
Well, she's pretty much dead. She's like alive, but she's soon dead.
Yeah, just because the brothers want to sell it, it's like still Mary would get 1/3.
Yeah, but it's not like I don't know. I don't know, Afti. I don't know. It's not even about money.
I'm not here to make friends.
I think you've changed a bit.
Why?
Just the way you talk, you're more real. You're more with it. You're not dreaming so much. Like, I mean, not dreaming. I mean, you used to say a lot of things which are just like incorrect statements or like they're half-truths. But I think now you have come a bit more back to reality. I think that's probably a good thing because
I don't have any
obviously
hope anymore. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, that is what I'm talking about because you would say stuff with such confidence as if it is fact and it's set in stone, and it just unfortunately isn't as nice as it would be. But I think you finally have realized this is reality and nothing is how it seems, right? You need to, yeah. But I think you've done. I can just tell that you're not making these statements anymore.
Last chance.
It was better. I mean, it's already the first step. I think that was a big thing that affected you because you weren't in reality. You were a bit. Of course, you were in it, but you're next to it at the same time.
The stuff I said before was true. It's just my health got in the way of everything all the time, and I couldn't control that, you know.
That's exactly it. You can't control it, but you said it with such confidence, and it's just yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I also got so unlucky with so many things, and that's like just really, really bad luck. Like I said, even now at the psychiatry, anywhere I go, they mess me over and they make mistakes, and then I'm the one that pays for it just because people are incompetent at their job, you know. Like,
What do they do now?
I had to wait a month just because someone didn't send an email. In the end, I had to wait so long because someone forgot to send an email. And even now I'm here. Like when I first came, the doctor's like, "Yeah, you have an appointment on Monday." And then I kept asking, "Yeah, where's this appointment?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's coming, it's coming." And now yesterday they told me, "Oh yeah, someone forgot to send an email again." Like, oh, okay. So I just waiting a week for nothing, just because someone forgot to send an email. This is what I've been going through since like forever. Any documents I had to hand in with the RAF or whatever for work, for everything, for the health insurance. They lie to me, and then they because they make a mistake, and then I'm the one that pays for it.
That's why you have to get things done straight away and just say like, I need it in writing now.
No, but you know, the situations I always had, I couldn't get things done straight away because I had to make a million phone calls before I even got an answer or the next step to be able to move forward, you know? It just made me horrified of doing this stuff because they just make it so difficult for me. Like, you know, even when I went to go for my exam, you know, for my second time in my exam, I had about 200 phone calls and emails before I was even accepted into the exam. And originally, all you were supposed to do is fill out a form and send it in the post. And I did that.
Yeah.
And they didn't, it took literally like, I called every day for like 4 or 5 months until they finally said, yeah, you can go to the exam. And this is not a one-time thing, it's for everything I went through. You know, when I moved to Alton, The same. I had a fucking schizophrenia person screaming, dying every night in my ear. You know. I started my new job in Alton, and I came with 2 hours sleep every day. That's something I just cannot control, and it's not my fault. But I just got unlucky, and I could. It took 6 months to get rid of her, or longer even. And the people that own the building, they were just like, yeah, it's not our problem, you know. And then we really got together with the neighbors, and then we had to record everything. Like the owners of the building were like, yeah, when it happens, you need to make a recording and write it down every time.
Yeah, that's also like illegal as well.
And
Um,
because they can't get rid of her without proof. So with 2 hours sleep, when I wake up thinking I'm dying, I have to go and get my phone and start recording in the middle of the night when I'm supposed to be sleeping. You know, like this is the stuff I went through all this time since now that like, and they send me letters saying like I need to pay this money or whatnot. You know, and it's not even true. All this stuff, and I keep having to go through over and over and over again.
uh,
Like that, I told you they sent me a bill, for example, for 3 years ago. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, give us 500 francs back because they told me originally they're gonna give me 2 more thousand, and then they sent me a letter saying you need to give us 500 francs.
uh,
They said they were gonna give me money, and after 100 phone calls and emails and people telling me bullshit, and then after they say, you know, you have to pay money. Like this is everything I do. Ends up like that, and it just makes my life so difficult, you know. And then I have health problems, and what I see when I see Ezra on the weekend, and then I don't have any sleep from. I have sleep deprivation because I also work so far away, and all this stuff, you know. It's not. It's just not.
difficult. I don't know. I think it's probably it makes sense if you move back next year, because then you'll be in Basel. Basel is very close. Everything. It's very compact city. There's lots of random jobs you can get for if you want to do small jobs, and there's also lots of apprenticeships if you want to get into
Yeah,
apprenticeship.
but Abdi, you don't understand. I cannot do an apprentice, and I cannot work a normal job. In the condition I'm in, it doesn't work. I could,
Yeah,
I could
that's in the
force it.
future anyway.
I could force it, but that's gonna end. I'm gonna end up with even more problems if I do that.
Yeah, but at the very least, what you can do is if you move back here, first of all, you would save on rent at least, and then, for example, you could learn to drive in with Daddy and me, and I can tell you exactly how to pass,
But you know,
and
that's
then you
not the
can actually
problem,
get a driving
Avdi.
license, stuff
That's
like
not
that.
that's not the problem. The problem is I'm sick. I'm sick, and I probably it's only gonna get worse. It's not something I'm gonna be able to fix. My body's falling apart. All of my everything in my body is not working properly, and it's just getting worse the older I get. I don't know if I told you before, but I also have a heart uh, issue, which is going to be a problem when I'm most likely to get a heart attack and die pretty early if I don't die from something else that I have before, you know? And I'm supposed to take all this medication, which also has side effects. I can't. I already feel tired enough if I take this medication I'm supposed to take, which makes you even more tired, and it has these.
We gave you this medication in the clinic, or what?
No, I didn't take it until now because I didn't. My body's not coping already. And if I take this medication, then I'll just feel even worse.
What
But
is the medication?
I'm supposed to take medication for cholesterol because I'm at risk of a heart attack, and not right
That
now.
can't be
But
that bad.
huh?
The cholesterol drug can't be that many side effects.
It can even cause a heart attack itself. The medicine because it damages your blood vessels, you know. And if I take it at this young age, then it also does a lot of damage. And the side effects of the medication make you very sleepy as well. And I already have issues with that I'm tired of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to take the medication for acne as well, which has really strong side effects. So I have one problem or the other. It's not. And my bones, my joints are destroyed. I can't. If I go to work and start doing something and I force myself to work, I'm just gonna damage my body even more, and then in 5 years I'll be completely disabled. You
Um,
know?
so Alex,
I can barely
what
walk
happened?
right now because I walk and my hip is completely blocked, my shoulder's blocked, all my muscles are stuck, and then I can manage to walk, and that's about it. I can't even do anything that takes my muscles because my
And
muscles
you've
don't.
told all of this to the clinic. You told all the
Yeah, I told
doctors.
them all that. I have a million symptoms, so it's not very easy to be like, oh, this is this and this is that. It could be anything. You could probably find any sickness that exists and take the symptoms I have and then say it could be that, you know? It's not like easy to figure out. And whenever I took blood tests and everything, all of my stuff is normal. Everything is like healthy. So what, you know?
Yeah. More. Oh,